Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happenings today. Less than 48 hours ago, um, the likes of Bola Ahmed Tinubu made a statement that resonated the whole Nigeria, where he said that laborers in Nigeria, simply because we are in Labour Party, will labor in vain and die, really, literally. And a lot of Nigerians reacted to that. But right now, Peter Obi have decided to respond to that. I must say, I've never heard such a matured and interesting reply in my entire life. To make it more interesting, the likes of Deji Adeoju, who have always been castigating Peter Obi over the fact that while electioneering or supporting their state governors have been going on, where the presidential candidates are always on ground to give their people moral support. Peter Obi is always traveling for one economic empowerment or the other, but he believes that Peter Obi should be on ground on real time to support his own, because it takes his own also to support him when it matters the most. We were going to look at reactions, several reactions of that. The likes of the Adeoju have also reacted to his personal, his being there personally. But let's start with what Peter Obi did during the rally. But before we go into straight fully into the rally, let us start with the kind of people that was found on the rally ground that got a lot of Nigerians reacted. Quite a lot of people reacted to this, because honestly, a lot of people were expecting that more people really would be on ground for Peter Obi. Let's go straight into the news. Well, some Nigerians have mocked the grand rally of the Labour Party for the Osun State governorship election, which was graced by the party's presidential candidate, Peter Obi. Obi had turned up at the event to support the party's governorship candidate, Yusuf Lasson. Photos from the event were mocked by some users who were amazed by the scantiness at the venue despite the boasts made by Obi supporters online. Some of them were saying, look at very, very scanty online president. Another one is saying, who has come to labor in vain as usual? Look at them. He has come to labor in vain as usual. See as rally be like show wey upcoming musician they organize. Another one was saying, is this the thing presidential candidate Pandora Peter will be lack street credibility, and on and on. But of course, the likes of Deji Adeoju, this is what he told Peter Obi and the likes. He said human rights activist Deji Adeoju has expressed his reaction after Peter Obi campaigned for his party's candidate in Osun State. He revealed that what Peter Obi did is as a result of the criticism he meted out to him in the past. In the past week, Deji Adeoju has on several occasions beckoned on top presidential aspirants to go to Osun State and campaign for their party's governorship candidate in the state, citing that this is what constitutes politics. Peter Obi finally yielded to this call and yesterday, some few hours ago, campaigned for Lasson Yusuf, the governorship candidate. Deji Adeoju wrote and he said, and I quote, "It's so nice to see Peter Obi in Osun campaigning for his party's candidate. Now we are talking. This is why we criticize." If you ask me, it makes a lot of sense. But now let's find out really what Peter Obi replied Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that everybody all of a sudden, including my humble self, I am honored, really. Even if you check our national anthem, you will agree with me that is dignity in labor. Peter Obi said Tinubu's comment comes from a place of hatred, but the Labour Party will respond with love. Well, the presidential candidate of Labour Party, LP, Peter Obi, has responded to a comment made by his counterpart in the ruling All Progressive Congress APC, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Well, report has it that during the Osun APC mega rally on Tuesday, Tinubu described Labour Party as a mushroom party, pledging to ensure that members of the party will labour till death. Reacting to the comment on Wednesday at the rally organized by the Labour Party in Osun, Obi said Tinubu's comment comes from a place of hatred, but Labour Party will respond with love because there is dignity in labour. He said, and I quote him, "My God, I listened to our national chairman when he said that somebody said that they can labor till death. When they talk like that, when they show you hatred, Labour Party will show them love. There's dignity in Labour." Obi, who urged the residents of Osun to vote for Yusuf Lasun, the Labour Party's governorship candidate, said the party's focus is on ensuring a better welfare for citizens. Vote for Labour Party so that your children can have jobs. Vote for people that will work for you, he said. We want to change Nigeria, and the only way we can change Nigeria is to remove all these people who have put Nigeria where it is for the past 23 years. This is the time for them to go. They are owing salaries, pensions, and those that are working hard are not even being paid. But this will stop once you vote Labour Party on Saturday. Vote for Labour Party. Vote for the future of your children. Vote for the candidate that will to be committed. I take that again. Vote for the candidate that will be committed to better Osun State. We are going to introduce you to the governor who will be committed to better Osun State, and that is what we want. Also speaking, the national chairman of the party, Julius Abure, said the people should not sell their vote. I want to beg you, no matter the temptation of the money they might want to give to you, do not sell your future. He said, the reason we had been in trouble over the years is because when they give us part of the money they stole from us, we will still vote for them. If you can resist the temptation of not collecting the money, do not take it. But if you cannot resist the temptation, take the money and vote against them. Wow, this is quite interesting. Like Macaroni said at some point, he said, "Una suffering never do. Una no dey tire for suffering." Even if they don't tell you who to vote for, you can't use your tongue and count your teeth and see the way the sufferings are. You did myriads of kidnap, no job, no electricity supply, no security, no money, poverty level. In fact, Nigeria is the poverty index of Africa, probably even the whole world. Insecurity everywhere. Your children, in fact, some of them are already out of school. We're not even sure of the next generation if they will even go to school. With the way ASU is going on strike, something that's supposed to be a 4-year course is now almost a 10-year course. Are you not tired? Do you need to be told to do the right thing? Must they beg you not to sell your vote? Sell it now. Oh yeah, go and sell it so that you'll be in perpetual slavery. Must they point to you who to vote for? You are seeing the signs. You have seen them. They've done the same thing over 23 years ago. What difference will you get? There's this saying that you do the same thing, the same way, and you expect a different result. Nobody did you be that. If you want a different thing, do it differently and expect a different result. You can't be doing the same thing the same way all the time and expect a different result. It cannot happen. So use your brain. They don't need to tell you what to look at the characteristics of all the candidates and do the right thing. Must they beg you to stop suffering? That's not going to wrap it up.